Hello, listeners of the Gamble Podcast. We got a very special guest with us today, none other than Australian, New Zealand, something down there. Don Bradman, the greatest cricket player ever. How are you doing, Don?
Oh,
What?
I am.
What was that? Oh,
Cody, let Don speak.
you what?
Alright, this is a terrible idea.
What the fuck?
Hello, this is the Gamble Podcast, your weekly dose of lightning in a bottle. I'm your host, Grant. Joining me
Grant.
today is Cody.
Hello. Hi.
What's up?
I don't know. Just keep going.
You still calming down from the Don? I know you were probably pretty, starstruck by the Don Bradman appearance earlier.
Yeah, dude. He didn't even sound anything like him. I was really surprised.
Yeah, no.
He must be sick.
Yeah. We also have with us Kyle, who is definitely not Don Bradman. What's up?
Hello.
No, you're not
I-
Don. Get out of character.
I'm just peachy.
Yeah, Kyle's peachy.
That is something Kyle would say. So
That's true. That's how we know it's Kyle,
yeah.
not Don.
Not done.
Man.
Not at all
This-
done.
Again, this is the Gamble Podcast. This is a podcast at thegamble.com. We stream on twitch.tv/thegamebolt every Tuesday night, and we post the final show to iTunes every Wednesday and YouTube every Thursday. This week, we'll have a little bit of a newer format. We're sort of changing some things with how we decide to, run the podcast. So we're still figuring some stuff out. It should change in the next week or two to be more concrete. But now, we're going to start off with the news storm. Boom.
Oh,
Boom.
Boom.
one of these days.
Yeah, now we're going to be starting with the news storm instead of what now we're playing. We cut it for various reasons.
This is quite throwing me off.
Oh my god.
Quite. Quite.
Are we having fun now?
Yes.
Not on the
of
slave.
So first up on the news storm, according to, well, I mean, not really a report, but according to Yves Guillemot, I don't know how to pronounce that, Ubisoft CEO, that we shouldn't expect a sequel of Assassin's Creed in 2017.
Why not?
Well, I mean, he said okay, well, hold on. Let me read this quote again because I said it wrong. He said we shouldn't necessarily expect a sequel in 2017. Continuing the quote, what we saw in the development of the next Assassin's Creed was that we had an opportunity to take it to the next level. So we said we'll take all the time it takes to make the experience fantastic. It was feasible because we have other games. There's a huge potential in this game to revolutionize the IP. So we said, let's make sure we change our model, and so we have more time, and that can bring back a greater experience.
I
Right?
don't believe it.
Yeah, I honestly think they'll probably be.
I think, as far as them saying that they want to keep on working on like a new Assassin's Creed and stuff for as long as they think they should, I really think that them having Vivendi trying to take over has kind of had them skeptical to sort of like release anything or really put too much effort into it in case they do get taken over. So I think he's kind of sugarcoating that, but who really knows at this point?
Yeah.
I don't really think we'll see a Far Cry or Assassin's Creed next year.
I don't think we'll see a Far Cry, but I think I don't know, because I mean, like what he's saying, like he's saying all the right things, but it's kind of hard to believe that they'll go 2 whole years without releasing an Assassin's Creed game, just because it's sort of their most, I don't know how to say it, like most prominent IP, I guess.
Yeah, it just makes me think, what else are they going to release next year? Because all they have, I think so far planned for next year is South Park Fractured But Whole.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that got delayed to next year. I forget.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be
Because
because
Keep's coming out this year.
Watch Dogs 2 is out this year.
Yeah.
they're
When's
not
that
definitely.
crazy VR bird game coming out that they showed off?
Oh, what is it? What's that called?
I don't know. I just remembered.
That looked incredible if it was a
Like-
non-VR game that cost $10.
You play as an eagle and you like shoot air
Eagle
at other
flight.
eagles. Is that what it's called?
Eagle Flight.
Oh my god,
Man, that's a real game.
that is
know,
a real game. Surprisingly,
This is
Not
what
surprising.
VR is doing.
You know,
Oh.
I think. Oh, guys, breaking news. Here's what the quote really said. You know, we don't have to put out Assassin's Creed next year because we have Eagle Flight. That's what he said.
Oh,
isn't For Honor coming out next year too?
When is that out? I think that's out this year.
Should we show? I don't know.
For Honor release date.
I thought it was out this year. I'm not sure though.
It's out February 14th.
Bada bing!
Good job, Cody.
Thanks.
You did it. Thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Alright, boys, that's been episode 82 of the Game Bowl Podcast.
We'd like to give a shout out to Don Bradman for joining.
Yeah.
I was like,
What is that noise that you do?
Don, what do you... Man, I don't even
It's
know.
like
what's up
somebody
with Don
like
today.
punched you in the gut and like took the air out of you.
"Hey, that's like,
Oh boy.
Oh,
maybe I'm just walking a Ramones song."
man.
That was good. Good.
Let's go ahead and move on from Assassin's Creed. Actually, before we do, what like setting would you want to see in the next Assassin's Creed game?
Space.
Space.
That'd be amazing hardcore.
That would be pretty incredible. Man. I mean, like they've always said that they're not going to do, you know, like ninjas. Do ninjas. Come on.
They always said they're not going to do ninjas, so do
No.
ninjas.
Yeah, so you got to do ninjas. You know,
Oh.
whatever they say.
Has any of his Assassin's Creed games been to Spain yet?
In Spain,
I have no idea. I don't really keep
I
up
would
with
doubt it.
Assassin's Creed, honestly.
That'd be an interesting setting, but
I mean, I didn't play the early
They need to
Assassin's.
do an Assassin's Creed game in like the land of the mole people underground, and just and just like the secret underground society.
They need to make like a Greek mythology Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
that'd be pretty weird.
Yeah,
But just weird enough.
I mean, Kratos
Just-
is out of the picture now, so
Antarctica. I mean, that's a good point, Cody.
yeah, just some new assassin shows up. All the Greek gods are dead, and he's got to figure out why.
Let's move on to the next. While a formal announcement is still yet to be made, Activision has previously confirmed that a sequel to Destiny is on the way. Now rumored details have emerged regarding its platforms and some of its new features. A post on NeoGAF today alleges that Destiny 2 will be released for PC, which the first game was not.
Some reason.
Yeah. Let's see here. Yeah. So I guess that's the big news.
Wow, huge.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, since it's on PC, they could do mods for it.
Could they? I mean, well, yeah, I don't know. It depends on how like server based it is, because like
Yeah, I guess that's
when you
true.
sign into Destiny, you have to like sign into the whatever the Activision servers. I guess I don't know if it's Activision or Bungie.
Yeah, I forget
But,
that.
yeah, so I don't know if they could do mods, but I'm sure they wouldn't either because they'd want to sell like weapon skins for like $20 a piece. So like they are right now. So I mean, I don't know.
Oh,
Hopefully it doesn't come out on last gen.
and there's no way.
That'd be horrifying.
There's no way. But so there's also more. I didn't see this originally, but it said there are some like changes that are to be coming. Among these is the fact that reasons that the game is going to change. Among these is the fact that a reorganization took place at Bungie in April, leading to a reboot of Destiny 2's story. It's also aiming to have the game feel like a proper sequel rather than expansion, which could mean forcing players to leave behind their characters.
I'm fine with that.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I played my character for 3 years straight. I don't want to see him anymore.
I want a
somebody
new
else.
one.
Yeah. Yeah, like that's the one thing I don't like about Destiny right now is it's still Destiny.
Yeah.
If it was Destiny 2, I would actually play Destiny 2. But I mean, I've been playing the same game with just extra levels for for 3 years, and it's like that. I'm fine.
Yeah, because I remember this was sort of an argument that we were having like at the beginning of sort of, or I guess earlier in Destiny's life cycle, where like, you know, it was kind of the argument like, if you make a new game and you force people to leave their characters behind, then, you know, like all the time they put in to something that they thought would maybe carry over is just going to get destroyed. But now it's sort of like, yeah, you know, it's okay.
No, yeah, I mean, if that's what it takes to get a new game, I don't care. Leave it.
If they can make it a lot better, then I'd totally fine with leaving my character behind. Additionally, another new feature in Destiny's 2 is something called Play-in Destinations, which Kotaku says would aspire to provide more populated towns, outposts, and quests than what's seen in Destiny's patrol missions. That sounds better.
It does, but why wasn't that a thing?
Maybe.
Like, the worst thing about Destiny was trying to find, like, people to do patrol missions and stuff with.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it's like they had 3 years. What happened? They had 3 years and, like, what, 4 expansions? What happened?
Here's the big question.
Yes.
In Destiny 2, are they going to add matchmaking for raids?
Hopefully they add private matchmaking for Crucible, like, right off the bat, instead of waiting
Oh my god,
3 years. That was pitiful.
Wait, do they have that now?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, wow.
What an advancement, right? Wow.
Man, that's a really innovative idea.
Oh, man.
Yeah, well, I don't know. As long as we don't have, like, 4 hub worlds, then I'm fine.
Yeah.
Because, whatever, anyway.
Yeah, man, I'm actually, you know, kind of, like, obviously we have no idea when it's going to come out. Probably next year, though. But Probably,
yeah.
Assuming they're, like,
in quotes, there's no delays, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm pretty, I'm anticipating it quite a bit.
I am too, yeah.
You know, like, I feel like in Taken King they learned so much, and I feel like when they get a sort of a clean slate that they'll be able to take what they learned and then make it a lot better game.
Yeah, they're working with so much old, like, UI and old, like, everything else.
Sort of old ideas. Like, you can update the game to a certain extent, but you can't, like, change a lot of core concepts that they have. And I feel like they'll know how to make it better.
Yeah, that's why I'm waiting for the second one. They'll have a new UI, hopefully, and, like, it's a new look to everything, and it was fun. Yeah.
Did you get Rise of Iron?
No.
John, I feel like John's the only one who got it.
No, there was, well, Mike got it, but I don't know.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, I don't know who else did from the website. They added me to their Destiny chat, and, I was
did Mike's friend AJ get it?
I don't know. He's not in the Destiny chat, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I would bet he did.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bat Gang. What is it? 402.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. It feels like.
Yeah, it's some number after Bat Gang. I remember that though. So yeah, that's Destiny 2, and let's go ahead and move on to the next item in the news storm. Xbox One sales have risen almost 1,000% in the UK following the slim model launch.
Kyle, do you know?
The PS4 Pro happened.
Oh.
They're like, oh my god, the PS4 Pro, let's buy Xbox. Xbox One sales rose 989% week over week.
So not 1,000.
Almost 1,000.
Why exaggerate, Grant? You're part of the media problem right now.
I just... Blame Jake. This is GameSpot's
math.
It's math?
Yeah, you're supposed to round up.
5 or above, give it a shove. 4 or below, let it go. I haven't thought about that saying in a long time.
About what?
5 or above, give it a shove. 4 or below, let it go.
I've never heard this.
You've never heard that?
No, I've never.
Kyle, have you heard of that?
No, and all corny math sayings for acronyms and stuff. It's just like.
What'd you say? 5 or above? Push it above? 5 or above?
5 or above, give it a shove.
Oh.
4 or below, let it go.
Huh.
That's how you know whether they're round up or not. I say that in my head every time.
Do you really?
No. I've never thought of that in the past 10 years.
Whenever I think of Northeast, South, and West, I always say never eat shredded wheat.
Never eat Soggy waffles.
No, it's shredded wheat.
Shredded wheat.
Yeah, dude, that's what the people up north.
What's wrong with shredded wheat?
Because you don't eat Wheaties up here, dude. You eat Cheerios.
I like Cheerios.
Good.
What? I've never eaten a Wheatie in my life.
Good.
That's probably why I'm not a star basketball player.
That's probably, probably.
So yeah, let's continue with this article. According to MC, how do we even get there?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I remember. Okay.
I like Fruity Pebbles.
Okay, let's have a quick cereal talk. Cody,
Okay.
what's your cereal of
Cheerios.
choice? Cheerios.
Yeah. Who doesn't like Cheerios?
Yeah, that's a good. You like the normal Cheerios, right? Not the honey
Yeah,
nut.
no.
Yeah, no. Get the honey nut out of here. No one wants them.
Whoa. I mean, they're okay. Yeah, I
No,
don't
they're
like them.
not nearly as good.
Okay.
Kyle, so you said Fruity Pebbles?
Yeah, but my favorite cereal is Golden Crisp.
Blueberry, though.
What?
I like Blueberry too.
Dude,
Wait, what is
Blueberry.
that?
You've
I've
never
heard of that in my
Blueberry?
life. No.
Dude, Count Chocula. You've never heard of him?
No.
Oh
shit.
man,
Cocoa Crisp?
Nah, dude, that's
gross.
old
No,
news.
Gross.
That's just old cookies.
What? Oh man,
Uh,
Xbox.
according to MCV, the Xbox One owned a 71% share of the console hardware market for the week that ended September 24th. This represents an increase of 76% compared to the same time last year. In comparison, PlayStation 4 sales jumped 22%.
So there's no explanation. It's just like it's not like Halo 25 came out and tons of people
There
in the
was,
UK bought it.
There was a FIFA 17 bundle.
There you go. That instantly explains it, and it's not
Yeah.
even funny because it's true. It's got to be true.
Yeah, well, I guess, because the Slim came out, and then they're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I gotta wait for the FIFA bundle.
It's
You know,
hilarious.
You know what have boosted their sales 9,000% without rounding up, like 9,000 for real.
No
If they made
idea.
a Don Bradman bundle.
Goku.
It comes bundled with Goku.
Don Bradman would have been rolling in dough if they did a bundle.
I think he'd be rolling in his grave. I don't know. Is he alive?
Is he alive?
I have
Let me
no
look this
idea.
up.
I don't follow cricket.
Oh no, yeah, he's alive. He was on the show. What are you talking about?
It's true.
Oh!
I forget.
Unless it was like
God. Oh my word.
oh, never mind. I mean,
Kyle, please.
he's definitely alive
Okay.
because he was on the show.
Yeah.
You know, the internet has a lot of conspiracy theories about his death. But
Do they
don't believe him.
really?
No.
What a guy.
Just don't believe that he died because we had him talking to you right here on
Yeah.
the Game Boy Podcast.
Yeah, he's quite lively.
Yes, very lively.
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Next up, Pokemon Sun and Moon has revealed its starter evolutions. These are just. Have you seen this, Cody?
Yeah, they're terrible.
Yeah, these are just.
They are.
So these are just the second evolutions. Or
Yeah,
these
but I mean, what second form ever looks cool? You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
The second forms are the worst.
Well, yeah, honestly. Yeah, the second forms are never interesting. Like Squirtle to War Turtle is the same thing. You know what I mean? And like the same can go for these too because like was it Piplup or not Piplup? What's his name?
What?
Poplio into the next evolution looks almost exactly the same.
Yeah,
And then the cat
it
one-
just has like a hula skirt on.
Yeah, Litten looks like exactly the same. But
Litten
then
looks way better.
but then the third form always goes crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like off the wall random. Like I remember was it Chespin into Quilladin and it's like there's not much change and then he turns into what's his name? The big juggernaut looking guy.
I can't remember his name.
But, they have those kind of crazy evolution lines. Like Charmander or Charmeleon and then all of a sudden Charizard's huge. So Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, they weren't that amazing.
I mean, I've always said I hated these starters in this game. Like,
Yeah, I
they
do
look
too.
so bad.
Yeah, unless they turn into something crazy, I really don't care.
Because I'm saying, like, the owl doesn't even... the owl looks like a Bidoof sort of thing. That, like one of those ones that you would just, like, find when you first step out into the grass.
I suppose, yeah.
And then it doesn't even look like a grass Pokemon. And then Litten just... It looks like sort of a lame, like he looks so depressed. And then,
Okay.
and then Poplio, you
Yeah.
know, he just looks pretty stupid. not
It's true.
just not gonna, sugarcoat that
Yeah.
at all.
No, he really does.
He looks pretty
And
dumb.
then his second form doesn't give him any favors either. And
No.
he looks exactly the same.
His second form, he just wears a skirt.
Yeah. So, and I'm pretty sure. What kind of Pokemon is he? You know how they all have is it an epithet? I'm not sure, but you know how like Pikachu's called the electric rat Pokemon.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Poplio's evolution, I think it's called the Popstar Pokemon.
The Pop Star.
Yeah, I think
The
it's something like
Popstar.
that. Yeah,
Oh my god, that's horrible.
because I don't know if it's because it's like a Popstar lion, like Poplio. Wouldn't that be terrible?
That would be awful.
Oh,
Man.
God.
I'd like to see the last evolution of Popstar.
Superstar.
So, wow, man.
Oh shoot.
Man,
Oh,
that's
man.
gotta be the coolest Pokemon.
No, it's gonna be terrible. I can already tell.
I don't know. I mean, maybe they're thinking if we get bad enough, you know how like
So
what's
bad it's good.
like what? Yeah, like what's an example? Like the game Hungry Hungry Hippos. Like
Keep going. Keep going.
like that's a really stupid game,
No, it's not.
but it's one of the most popular games ever. But it's so
What?
stupid that it's good.
What are you talking about?
Look, okay, that was a horrible.
No, that was terrible. What do you mean?
I really, I swung for the fences, didn't quite get there.
No, you
No.
did
Let's-
Yeah.
that.
What? I was just trying to think of a really quick one and it didn't work out.
No, I'll take it.
Okay.
I'll t-
Let's roll with Hungry Hungry Hippos is
Okay.
the equivalent of Pokemon Sun and Moon.
I don't know about that. Wow, you tried to slide that in there.
Topic of the week. We're gonna come up with a new, some sort of cool name with it. So I was trying to think of something we could be creative. Like it was like like how at the beginning of the show I say it's your weekly dose of lightning in a bottle. I'm gonna be like, along with the lightning in the bottle, there was also a note that someone left out at sea,
Okay.
and inside of it was the topic of the week.
Oh shoot.
Yeah. So every episode, I'm just gonna explain that as complicated as I possibly can.
I say yeah. You kind of ruined it there, but we'll see what happens next week.
Yeah. It probably won't be the same next week, but let's go with that for this week.
Okay. You're trying something new every week.
That would be a good idea.
That would
I'd
be a good
like,
idea.
This. All right. I like it, Cody.
So wait, are we talking about this? 'Cause
Yeah, we're talking
no.
about this. What? Are you not ready, Cody?
I don't like racing games at all.
You like Mario Kart? You can talk about that.
Yeah, I suppose.
Don't forget about Mario Kart.
Oh no.
Oh no! What does
What?
that mean?
But our topic of the week is Forza Horizon 3. It just released, so we're going to talk about that. And alongside that, our favorite racing games. So let's start with Forza Horizon 3. Kyle, I know you've played quite a bit of it. I have played quite a bit of it. Cody, you haven't played any of it.
I haven't even seen anything on it.
But Kyle, Cody, why don't you start us off on your thoughts on Forza Horizon 3?
It looks great. I think that the anti-aliasing could use a little bit of work. The plant textures not that spot on, but they really did justice to the decals, and the spoiler designs are ridiculous. But there's no passenger cam, so I'm not a big fan. The rear view camera is great. Not as good as Burnout Paradise's rear view camera, but I like it just the same. No customizable license plates. So but other than that, it's like 8 out of 10.
Yo, wait, Cody, you haven't even played this. What the heck? There definitely are customizable license plates. You were doing
Found me
so.
out.
You were.
What are you doing to me?
You were doing so well at
man.
improving that. That was really impressive, though.
Thank
I'll
you.
give you.
Thank you.
I'll give you a 9 out of 10.
Dude, better than the game. 8 out of 10. Thanks.
I'll give you a 9 out of 10 for
Okay.
that. Very. Did you take theater, Cody?
No.
Wow. I'm saying, where'd you get these skills?
So wait, are the spoiler and decal textures really that
There.
good?
Yeah, they're pretty good. You know. I don't know.
Ooh.
Wow. I couldn't do that.
You couldn't, that's right.
No, for those who don't know, I can't whistle, and I attempt to do it all the time. Cody likes to make fun of me, but that's okay, because I'm not gonna let him get me down.
That's okay.
Kyle, what are your thoughts on Forza Horizon 3?
Oh!
Oh my God! Every time I ask
You sound like Mickey now.
Mickey Mouse,
Yeah.
I thought we were going to talk about cricket.
no. Don, we already dismissed you.
Don, get out of
Get
here,
outta
man.
here.
Where's Kyle?
But
Stop.
cricket.
Kyle, please.
Let's drop. it.
Gotta,
Oh my.
gotta,
This was the worst suggestion I ever made.
It was.
gotta talk about cricket.
Okay, I'll let you give one thought on the current state of cricket, and then you gotta get out of here.
It's a very complicated game.
Okay, thank you, Don. And now, Kyle.
You sound like somebody I don't want to name. Not for personal reasons, but
What are you trying to say? You trying to say he sounds like Brett?
not at all.
I'm gonna
Absolutely
tell
not.
Brett.
Go tell him.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell him
Oh,
what
man.
what you need.
Okay.
Oh my.
So Kyle, now that you're back,
Hi.
what are your What are your thoughts on Forza Horizon 3?
It's pretty.
It is very pretty for an open world game. Like, it's not as probably graphically adept as some Drive Club is, but for an open world game, it looks extremely good.
How are
Yeah,
the plant
and-
textures?
Plant textures, they're pretty much
They're
what you said.
Australian, so
Yeah,
they
they're
do kind of look kind of
Kyle.
weird.
I think
If the
that's
game was
racist,
set,
Kyle. I'm not sure.
if the game was, what, you just insulting Don Bradman? We just had him on the show,
Yeah.
man.
No, I was Australian. Wait, I was making fun of Australian plant life.
Okay,
Okay. Not Australian texture quality.
we're gonna get some real flack.
Both.
Why?
Both.
Okay,
Okay.
so what do you think about the actual racing themselves?
It's
So,
an interesting thing about Forza Horizon 3 is that it's mainly an arcade racer, whereas you basically just go around doing different races and these different PR stunts, like going over a ramp and crashing on the ground.
the bucket list ones are pretty interesting.
What? That's a
What?
PR stunt? Is going off a ramp and crashing into the ground?
Yeah,
Pretty much, yeah.
and
Okay.
But the thing about the actual racing itself, the actual driving, how it handles, it's sort of like a combination of both simulation and arcade, where it plays a lot like Forza Motorsport and how it handles, but also has that kind of arcade twist and how it handles tracks and stuff. So it kind of balances out.
Mhm.
But I really think it plays well, it handles well, and I play on harder difficulties. I don't play with a lot of assist on.
yeah, no, because I was playing the other day, and it was this normal AI is too easy for you. You want to boost it and get more credits. I was like, why didn't you tell me this at the beginning? Because I could have gotten more money. But if you boost the difficulty and turn off rewind, then you can get more money for each race you do.
I won't turn off rewind for the life of me.
Yeah, I mean, I just did it because I wanted to get my because the more you ramp up the difficulty, so mine is a 55% increase in the amount of money I get. So I just wanted to get it above 50. I could turn it back on though. So Also, what do you think about the bucket list things? Because I kind of like how
It's some of them are kind of meh because like some of the bucket lists are like the drag like events where and it's
the
just like
drifting. Okay, so yeah, sorry
yeah
to cut you
drifting.
off, but drifting, every drifting challenge in this game is so hard.
Yeah, it's just like you have to go fast in order to drift properly, and then it's like so like short of a stretch to drift in. It's like there's no chance you're going to be able to get the score that you need in like a low end car. Like you're
Yeah.
not to need like a super sport car to actually drift properly
hmm
to get like any stars.
Yeah, but a lot of the other ones are pretty cool. Like I remember there's one, at least at the start, it gives you a chance to try out sort of different cars that you probably wouldn't try out anyways, which
Yeah.
is why I like them. And then the challenges are always kind of interesting because those are ones that I'm like, other than the drifting ones, like if I don't like accomplish it, I'm just gonna keep doing it until I get it because I'm like, come on, you can't beat me. Uh, but yeah, so I like those a lot. And then the showcases, those are really fun. Have you done? So Kyle, I know you raced the train.
Yeah.
Have you raced the boats yet?
No.
Okay, so yesterday I raced. Okay, so let me explain what showcases are. So showcases are there's
Larger than life like races.
yeah, they're
Really.
like kind of like insane racing situations where, like at the beginning, they were like, okay, you're just gonna have to race this car, but then the car gets picked up by a helicopter and you got to race a helicopter. The next one is a train. You just have to race the train. You jump over it at certain points, and then the one that I just did is like boat race. You have to race like this fleet of boats. Uh, and then you kind of have to drive through water and stuff with like a monster truck. That one was probably my favorite just because of how different it was. Uh, so yeah, I like those a lot because I think they're it makes it feel more arcadey, just because and that's sort of the racing games that I like, just sort of this like crazy thing that would never happen in real life. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah,
And it's just like with the game and it being placed in Australia, you have like so many like different
hmm
like landscapes. Like you
Surprised
have
we didn't mention this earlier.
you have the outback here, you have Sydney here, which in the game is called I think Surfer City.
Surfer's Paradise.
Yeah, Surfer City or Surfer's Paradise or something like that. I have no idea why they didn't call it Sydney, but whatever.
Because it doesn't
And
have the opera house.
I suppose.
Yeah.
And then you have like the outback here, Sydney here, and then like
There's like a beach town.
yeah,
Sort of.
like where the 12 apostles are, and like then you have like the rainforest. So you have all these different environments to race through, and it adds more twist because of course there's like so many different types of vehicles. You have extreme off-road,
The monster
like
trucks
really
and stuff.
high, yeah, like really high horsepower like trucks, and then you have just off-road and just like Jeeps and your basic Chevy,
Buggies and stuff.
and then you have yeah off-road and your buggies and all of that, and then you have like you're like really like high end sports cars and just all of it, and it's just like so interesting because I'll be like driving my Audi R8 and like for a couple minutes, and I'll be back into my like really high end monster truck.
Yeah, the car variety is really good. Like there are so many like different choices and stuff.
Yeah, and
Uh,
you can drive a freaking GMC van if you want to.
yeah, you can. Kyle, when me and Kyle were playing online with Brett, Kyle was driving this monster truck, and I was in an Audi R8, and then I went as like fast as like I was going like 130 straight into Kyle, and he was coming at me at like 40, and he pushed me back like 4 blocks, like no joke, which was pretty funny because it just looked funny. But so we can talk about the online real quick. Uh,
It's not perfect.
it's not perfect, but there's no like huge issues with it.
No. Really, like there's some lag in traffic and there's some like ghosting with like the traffic and the players. Which sort of makes sense, but at the same time it's like it's not perfect. Like the racing itself is kind of at least in the online co op kind of weird to get
Mhm.
through in that aspect, but it's not bad and something that could be like improved upon like patches or something.
Yeah.
Because it might just be like a server issue as far as like the lag and the traffic and everything.
Yeah, but it's definitely fun to get in there with people, do some races and stuff. You know, it's obviously going to be more competitive if it's, you know, like real people instead of just their drivatars.
Yeah, definitely. And the drivatar system is like really interesting in
It
that
is.
you can basically play with your friends, and they drive like your friends, but they're not going to be as good as you.
Hmm. Unless you bump up the difficulty.
Yeah, it's like really interesting because the drivatars actually adapt to your driving style.
Yeah.
Which I imagine my driving style is sort of cautious but also reckless because I hit the brakes a
I was
lot.
going to say cautious. I was like, really?
I hit the brakes a lot and I turn pretty good,
Hmm.
but I can also hit a lot of walls. So
I hit walls all the time. It's because I don't like to brake. It's not as fun to me. Uh, and I don't really know why we didn't say this before, but like it doesn't necessarily have like a big story, but the whole idea is that you know you sort of run the Horizon Festival in Australia. So what you do every time you complete a race, you'll get a certain amount of like money, you'll get a certain amount of XP, and you'll get a certain amount of fans. And fans are like how you expand the festival. Like the certain sites you can expand to get more races and challenges and stuff. And then once you hit like a certain threshold, you can also create new locations. I think there's only four, uh, like what we were talking about earlier with the outback, like desert, the city, the beach area, and then like the rainforest. So far, I've unlocked the outback city and like the starting area. Uh, so yeah, I really like just like speaking on those real quick. I really like the Outback just because you know like the whole beginning of the game you're just doing street races and stuff, and the Outback is a really nice change of pace to sort of like race in buggies and like sort of over more open terrain. So I really like the Outback. Wish I chose it sooner. So
um, yeah, like I'm enjoying it. Like it's been a while since I've actually really played a racing game,
yeah,
especially
me too.
an arcade racing game. So it's just like it's really good for what it is.
Hmm. I agree.
And what do you think of the soundtrack?
Soundtrack. Shout out to the soundtrack. It's really good. At least I think. And you can
It
also
has
do groove music, which is what I did. Like groove music is like a I don't know. Is it an Xbox exclusive thing or is it like a
the
you can
groove
get
music is what like
it's like
Windows uses now instead of like Windows Media Player.
oh okay. But yeah, so you can get like a free membership for that. Like for playing Horizon, you can get like a 14-day free membership for that, which is basically you
It's
can
more
like
like a
shoot.
Spotify mode type of deal.
Yeah, you can change like whatever music you want, like Spotify, like you said.
And
Uh,
then you can put music files into your OneDrive, and it'll take your OneDrive music album, then it'll play it in the game.
right.
So
So that's
take a
really
guess of what I have in my OneDrive folder.
Mm,
It's a game soundtrack.
Persona.
No, but close.
I was.
Like
uh,
close. Same series, just not Persona.
Cody, you know this more than I do.
Shin Megami Tensei.
No, backwards.
Backwards. Tensei
T-
Megami Shin.
Not quite.
TMS.
Tokimura Sessions.
Yes,
Oh wow. Okay. I would have never guessed that.
I actually have the songs from Tokyo Mirage Sessions playing.
As you drive around the Outback.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's the Outback. You have to pronounce it in Australian accent whenever you say that.
Yeah.
I say Arnold.
The Outback. Shout out to Outback Steakhouse. I've only been there like twice.
Outback Steakhouse sponsor us, please.
Yeah. This episode is sponsored by
Outback.
Cody.
Oh, what?
But I'm not going to give a shout out to sponsors, even though I already did.
Okay.
I thought this through better. Anyways, let's talk about Our favorite racing games. Cody, since you didn't talk about anything, I'll let you talk about Mario Kart since you said you hate racing games.
You said I like Mario Kart. I don't know. Honestly, though, I really don't care for any racing game. I have fun with Mario Kart. I'm not in it. I don't know. Racing games just feel too like, samey for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can get how you would feel that one.
Like you race around the same track over and over and over again, but it's always the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of get that, but I mean, I don't know. It's just fun to me.
Do I have to say Mario Kart?
No, I mean, you don't gotta say Mario Kart. You know, you can tell.
Yeah, no, I really don't care for any racing games. Really,
no
really,
racing
really,
games. Really. Cody hates cars. With
a passion.
Yeah. So on his grave, Cody's gonna be like, Cody Gibson hates cars with a passion.
Yeah.
Along with good friend, and I don't know. What else do you want on your tombstone?
I don't want to think about this right now.
I was like, I went too far.
I'll think about that a little later on, I hope.
Yeah.
Thanks, Grant.
On episode 1000, aka episode 989 of the Game of Podcast, then
wait, 989?
Yeah.
No.
The amount of
Kyle's already missing the throwbacks.
No, he misses my reference to something that just happened like 10 minutes ago.
No.
That's okay.
Yes. I wasn't sure if you said 989 or 999.
Oh, well, actually, it'll probably be later than that. It'll probably be like closer to episode 9000.
Oh.
You were trying to plan out my epithet, and now you're hoping that I live forever. Apparently.
Yeah. What? You know. Cody,
I appreciate it, but
yeah. Grant's asking you what you're putting on your tombstone, and then now he's asking whether you think you're going to die.
Yeah.
Probably in Australia. There are a lot of dangerous animals there. I came across a crocodile while playing Horizon 3.
Did you?
Yeah, it was pretty terrifying, to be honest.
Did you run it over, or?
Yeah, I did.
PETA, do not sponsor us.
I went right by it, but it ran into the water, and I was like, oh man, I hope I hit you.
Wow. All right, let's continue.
So, my favorite racing games. Horizon 3 I really enjoy a lot, but I'm not going to put it up there quite yet.
We should have had Brett on.
Why?
Kirby.
Oh my god.
Wow, how could you do this?
Oh no.
To be fair, Kirby Air Ride is not a racing game.
I think Brett would disagree.
Brett would disagree. Well, Brett will get mad at you. Will get mad at you if you say Kirby Air Ride isn't everything. You know.
I think he'd get mad if you even said Kirby Air Ride.
Yeah, he's like, you're not worthy.
Like Kirby Air Ride is like his game and his game alone. He can only speak of it.
I gotta get like a board above my desk where I record that says days without a Kirby Air Ride reference. Gotta change it to 0. It's over. We went so long.
I feel like that was a big streak.
Yeah, I know. It was so
ruined
good.
it.
I gotta say it was about 989.
Oh.
Boy.
No, but I remember at the old what was it, the Alpha Cast? We would mention Kirby Air Ride every single time.
Well, Brett was on there all the time. I'm sure Brett was still co-hosting this. He wouldn't let that.
Oh, the Alpha Cast. That's
me,
old.
Brett, Jake.
Yeah, I pity poor Jake. That's why he left.
The Alpha Cast just scarred him for life. You know, he had to move on to better things.
He had to move all the way across the country just to hide his past.
AKA upstate.
Yes. Exactly.
You're like he had to move all the way across the country. I'm like he drove like 3 hours.
Well, I mean they don't know that. What do you mean?
He used to live in Australia. He had to fly here to America.
Oh,
my favorite racing games.
Thank you.
Well, I don't even know, man. We're getting off
I'm
track
telling you,
this
there's nothing good. There's nothing.
I already formed a list for this.
That's cool. I like this episode. I like the ones that get off the rails, like episode 13 of the Alpha Cast. What?
Kyle, you're
Kyle,
gonna hurt yourself, dude.
Kyle, do you have like the hiccups?
Oh!
Could you imagine if someone hiccuped like that?
No, I can't.
Just do that, like, well, I mean, I can because
God.
it's happening.
Imagine being at, like, the DMV. Oh!
DMV.
Yeah, dude,
This is on the topic
the
of
DMV.
driving.
It's always the place where weird stuff happens
The
that
DMV
you don't want to be embarrassed.
sucks.
Yeah,
DMV is the worst place on the planet.
it is.
Like, no joke.
I mean, this is still technically driving
hate-
related, so I guess this is
hate-
okay.
Yeah, this is okay. I hate the DMV as much as Cody hates racing games.
Wow.
And that's with a passion. You heard it here.
Do you have any DMV stories?
Do I have any DMV stories? Like, well, one time when I was getting my driver's license, I went to the DMV. I signed up online so I wouldn't have to, like, wait in this stupid long line forever. But then when I got there, it was like you're, like, on the screen. It was like, you'll be ready in 1 minute. And I was like, oh, okay. And then we sat down for like 5 minutes. We're like, oh my,
never happens.
it's not here. And then we sat down for like 15 minutes. We're like, what the heck? And then we went up to the desk like 3 times. They're like, yeah, it's just an estimate. And I'm like, get better estimates. Because it took us like 2 hours instead of 1 minute. Like
I remember the lady that... This is so stupid. I remember the lady that was taking my picture for my license. She didn't tell me. So I'll never show my driver's license picture to anybody.
Can I please?
No.
Have you ever been pulled over?
No, thank God.
Oh my God. Is that
I'm
why?
sure they'd let me go. No, that's my only
I'm like,
reason why.
do you drive a lot more carefully just because so you don't have to show cops your picture?
No, that's not it. But no, yeah, it made me so mad. Like, because she's like, all right, stand over here and I'll tell you when. And I'm like, okay.
And then
and then she's like, go forward. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, I took your picture, go. And I'm like, oh, what? And then it flashed up on the screen for the entire DMV to see, like everyone in the waiting room. And she's like, there's your picture, go sign papers. And I'm like, oh, no.
Cody, thank you for this story. It makes me appreciate the DMV.
Does it? They made a fool of me. They will regret this.
Wait, what face were you making?
Well, I wasn't making a face. It was just like
You just
know,
weren't ready.
your resting face.
Yes.
Imagine that at a really bad angle and just.
So you look like you just woke up at like 3 a.m.
I think that'd be giving me a bit too much credit. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
you'll never know, so I mean, it doesn't matter.
Oh my God. That's a good point. We don't even really know what Cody looks like. He said multiple times that was him.
Why do you do this to me? What? I can't talk to John without him bringing that up.
That's a good point. Because every time you say anything, we're like, oh, well, we don't know what Cody looks like, so we can't,
My God.
So staying on the topic of driving.
Okay.
My favorite racing games.
10 minutes later.
Yeah, 10 minutes later. That's cool. Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Okay.
That game is so good. That was why I was honestly pretty interested in this one.
The original, right?
Most Wanted.
The original, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the original.
Not the
the
one for
good.
Wii.
Yeah, the good one.
Oh.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. But it's so much fun. Love that one. Shout out to Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2.
Oh,
That one.
oh.
Oh my God! This reminded me when we were playing Horizon with Kyle.
Oh God.
He started. I'm not gonna say it on air, but he started. He was doing some weird stuff.
Excuse me. What? What? You can't just say that and then not.
Well, you just reminded me, Kyle. Why don't you
just-
explain? Kyle was just driving his car. There's nothing wrong.
This mean.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
that's what he was saying when he was driving his car. That's why I didn't want to tell you that on air, Cody. Now we're gonna
You
get
just
flagged.
did.
We're gonna get flagged.
Oh, yes.
You're like, oh yeah, he's driving his car and we were just playing.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I wasn't lying. Kyle, you don't gotta... Well, I mean, this was kind of how it was. Me and Brett were just talking. I'd say that. So, yeah,
Kyle,
Kyle.
what's your favorite game?
Yeah, really quick.
Really
I have
quick.
I have quite the
No,
few.
get it done as fast as you can, please.
I feel like I need to cut that out now.
You might have to. I'm not sure.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Oh no. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm gonna cut it out. Here's what I'll do. I'll cut that out and just put our Don Bradman interview right there.
But
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Kyle, what's your favorite game?
my favorite game.
Yeah, just
My
ever.
favorite game ever.
Yes.
Racing game.
No, just ever.
Uh,
Oh, okay.
uh,
Way to broaden the horizons, Cody. Good job.
Kyle, noises. No.
He's trying to think.
it's gotta be a tie between Kingdom Hearts 2 and The Legend of Mana.
Kyle.
All right, let's move on to the last minute.
That's like
This
if
is
somebody asked you, like, would you rather have
Right.
chocolate or vanilla, and you're like, oh, I actually like a mix of both. Kyle, you
That's
can't
not
do
the
that.
same. That's like saying, like, what cereal do you like? And then you saying, I'd like to mix Fruity Pebbles and Cheerios.
But Grant, what about my favorite racing games?
Okay, what is it?
My favorite racing games are as follows: Gran Turismo 3, A-Spec,
Oh my god.
Midnight Club Los Angeles.
Are you reading this off a list?
No.
That's I like that you had to pause, but okay, continue.
And, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2.
Mm-hmm.
Need for Speed Most Wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think. I played Need for Speed Pro Street, but
Why do you have to think you're reading off a list?
I'm reading off a list in my mind.
The best kind of list.
The mental list.
Yes. Oh, wait, was that like a... You guys know men... We're not going to get into this. Time for the last minute. Thankfully.
My throat hurts.
Thankfully, the last minute. So this is a new segment that I'm going to come up with a name for as well. But
You've
Too
got
many
a lot of work
names.
to do. Yeah.
yeah, I have a lot of names to come up with in the next week. But Cody... So it's basically a segment where our staff at the Game Bolt recommends random topics for us to talk about. This one isn't as random just because, we talked about Pokemon earlier. But Pokemon designs you would like to see submitted by Cody.
Who you want me to go first?
Yeah, sure, it's your topic.
I don't even know.
I got no idea.
Oh,
I want like. See, every time I go to think of one, it's already there. I was like, I want like a turtle.
Whenever I try to think of one, I just think of one that already exists because I can't think of something.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like a paper bag Pokemon.
I would have a white sheet Pokemon that's like looks like a ghost.
A white sheet Pokemon,
Yeah, it looks like a ghost.
like a linen cloth Pokemon.
Yeah, it'd be like a person wearing a white cloth that looks like a ghost, but take away the person.
And is weak to that one, like,
Wait.
was it Rotom Water, where he's just like he's a washing machine. He's weak to that Pokemon.
Yeah,
Oh man,
essentially.
dude. Thinking about it, there are a lot of crazy Pokemon, aren't there?
Yeah, there is. Shout out to the Keys Pokemon.
I got a Pokemon design.
Okay.
Do it.
All right. So imagine like a green bat. Give it duck legs, duck feet, duck legs, duck feet,
All right.
and then give it like huge tentacle arms,
Okay.
and then just give it like one Cyclops eye right in the middle of its face,
I have a question.
and then give it hair and have like a little bald spot in the middle.
Kyle,
And
what
there
is the
you
name
go.
for this creation?
You've really thought about this before, man.
We can call it.
Balding Cyclops.
Man, no, because Kyle, I have a question.
Middle-aged bat boy.
No, here we can call it Batman.
I think you might run into some copyright issues there. Just to let you know.
Just put a hyphen in it.
But I have a question. So it has bat wings and tentacles?
Yeah, his tentacles coming out from the bat wing.
I don't
That,
think
that,
I'm pretty
that's
sure
how
I had a
wings
nightmare
work.
like this once.
Wow. Yeah, okay. Thanks a lot for
Bald spot and
it's-
all. It was crazy.
and very long duck legs, so it's like as tall as a human.
Kyle, you need to like patent this and then sell it to Nintendo. They'd probably pay you a lot of money.
No, Kyle, I think you need to keep these ideas to yourself.
And
And
along,
not sell
I'm not
anybody.
sure if people would react the same way as we would.
and along with the duck legs,
Yeah.
attach like huge spider legs, like to the duck legs.
Kyle, what are you going on about?
Let's go ahead and end this episode of the
Yeah,
Gamble
thanks.
Podcast. The official podcast of thegamble.com. Post to iTunes every Tuesday. Oh my gosh, I'm still saying Tuesdays because I said it for so long. But iTunes every Tuesday. I said it again. Cody, would you go ahead and take this one?
We post to iTunes every Tuesday. And
No. No.
Kyle, there you go.
iTunes every Wednesday.
See, look, you can do it.
And YouTube every Thursday.
Yeah.
Nailed
And we
it.
record on Tuesday.
First try. So yeah, we stream every Tuesday night on Twitch.tv/thegamebolt. Got that one right.
Yeah.
Recent stuff that we have put on the website. Kyle, do you have the website open? I didn't open it. It was my fault. I take the blame for this. It was completely on me, and I apologize for that. And I keep missing what I'm trying to type on the keyboard, and it's making it take way longer than it has to. So Cody, what's your favorite Pokemon starter of all time?
Squirtle.
Squirtle.
No
Give me-
joke.
So I got a question. Are we talking the?
I thought we were ending. That's what happened.
I'm like, are we talking the starter only, or are we talking its evolutions? But no, we'll get to that a different episode. So check out our Halloween stream announcement.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, do that. Cody did it.
Oh, I didn't do a video this year, but
Oh,
Oh man.
but
I know,
it's okay.
oh,
Cody will
man,
be there.
now I'm upset that I didn't do a video.
Cody will be there on Halloween.
I will be. I tried so hard to think of a video idea, and I was just like, I can't do it, so I'm not gonna do one.
You should have went with a Dr. Frankenstein type thing.
Yeah, dude, I should have been.
You should have
Blueberry.
drawn Kyle's Pokemon.
Yeah, just draw my Pokemon.
Yeah, and just made it animated. Wouldn't be that difficult.
No, not at all.
No. Kyle, where can we find you on Twitter?
You can find me at ClockdownRME.
Cody, where can we find you?
At White Ock Vader. I gotta think of one of these someday. At White Ock Vader.
every time.
Yeah, YDOCVADER. No, I know. Like when you said, Kyle, where can we find you on Twitter? I'm like, oh
Yeah.
man, I'm like, I don't have anything. I ain't what I once was. That's for sure.
You gotta come with something quick. That's the challenge.
Dude, I can't.
Quick and witty.
Quick.
Yeah,
Quick and what?
like witty.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
No.
Okay.
So you can find me at GrantRam3. You can follow the Gamebolt at _Gamebolt. You can follow Don Bradman at Don Bradman maybe. That's all we got for you this. Don, you're back. Wow. Thank you for joining us to sign off on this episode of the Gamebolt Podcast.
You're welcome.
Thank you for joining us, everyone, and we'll catch you on the next episode later, guys.
See ya.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh my god.
Oh my.
Wow.
Holy crap.
I'm keeping that in there for
Are
sure.
you?
And I'm definitely cutting with Kyle. I didn't want to go into it.
Oh no.
Here,
Okay.
I'm gonna stop my recording. Chat, I don't know if people are still here in Twitch chat. I'm sorry I didn't respond to you guys. Sophie versus Gaming, thank you for stopping by, and MLG 9876, thank you for stopping by.
Shout out to MLG 98.
Shout outs.
God.
Alright.
I bet they
And,
enjoyed.
What'd you say?
I bet they enjoyed that one.
Oh, I bet they did. Sophie said she wanted to see my driver's picture. And,
Thank you.
yeah, and MLG posted an Undertale April Fool's picture. And a Dorito chip, so...
Wow. I appreciate the Dorito chip.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel. All right, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys later.